everybody, BrickLoot18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. So before I get started into this week's episode of Ask Brick, which is my Q&A show here on YouTube, I just first want to apologize for not having a new episode last week. I actually filmed a really good episode. I was really happy with it. I loaded all the footage into my computer to edit, and the audio, you couldn't even hear my voice. It was so muffled, it was awful. I apparently had the wrong settings on because the episode before somebody complained that the audio wasn't very good, so I switched from my external microphone to the lavalier microphone and changed the settings, and somehow screwed up the settings really badly. So I'm refilming this episode now, but it took me a little while, and unfortunately by the time I realized, it was just too late to film the episode all over again. But that being said, we are back today with another episode. So in this episode, I'll read a few questions from the recent videos and stuff like that that I've seen, asking you, in the comments. You can ask me anything Lego related, anything about my life, honestly, anything at all. Just make sure to use the hashtag AskBrick, and I will get to your question. So the very first one, Dito asked, "Ask Brick, what are a couple of retired themes you'd like remade?" Personally, for me, I want Aqua Raiders and Castle. That's a really great question. I think for me, one of the first themes that would jump to me would be like the Lego Agents theme. I think that was just a really, really cool theme. One that got me into collecting Lego, and I think if Lego redid that, and I've always wanted to see them do like a Secret Service, protecting the president kind of theme. So I think that would be really cool if they brought back the Lego Agents. Not the new Ultra Agents, that was crap. Like the actual original Lego Agents theme. As for other themes, that one's a really tough one because I feel like Lego's had some really great themes. I would say Castle's definitely a really good one, but I don't know like how many castles personally I would buy, especially now Lego likes to do their castles way more advanced than they used to do them back in the day. And honestly, Monster Fighters I think would be a really good one to return. Unfortunately, I really don't have very many Monster Fighter sets. I really regret that now, but it just wasn't one of those themes that I really collected when I got into Lego. But Monster Fighters would have been a really, really good one. But of course, my number one is still like Lego Agents. So I guess I'm gonna have to say those two would be the themes that if Lego could remake a theme, those are the two that I would like back: Lego Agents and Lego Monster Fighters, because I have a lot of the Agent sets, absolutely love them, but I slept on the Monster Fighter sets, especially that haunted house, that castle. That would have been an amazing set to have. Unfortunately, I don't have that. So those are my two, but there's so many. I'm like thinking now, there's so many really good retired Lego sets. Castle, again, a good one, but those are like my top two ones. Alright, so moving on to the next question. This one is from Zippy Cohen. Do you think one can have too much Lego? So my philosophy is, with Lego, one can absolutely never have too much Lego, but one can have not enough space. So you're never gonna have too much Lego, you just don't have enough space to store your Lego. And I stand by that one just because like I know it's definitely, I guess, could be possible to have too much Lego, but Lego's one of those things that it brings so many people joy. Like, and every Lego set I have brings me joy, and so like the more sets I have, I guess the more joy I have, and one can never say they have too much joy. But I definitely can agree that I don't have enough space for my Lego. Even though I rent a 2-room studio in downtown Toronto, it is bursting at its seams. Like, I don't know how I ever used to fit any of this in my Lego room back home. Like, I was there a few weeks ago and I like look around, and that room is about the size of this room, the side of my studio that I just film on. It doesn't even like host a lot of my collection. So I don't even know how I managed to fit all of that in there, and I would never be able to put it back in there for sure. But yeah, no, one can never have too much Lego. You just don't have enough space to store your Lego. But I hope that makes sense. I guess like it's possible to have too much Lego, but as long as you're enjoying it, like just as long as you're not hoarding it, and as long as you're actually like it's enjoying it, it's bringing you joy, then I say one can never have enough. If you get to the point where you can't walk in your house because you have too much Lego and there's no way you're ever going to get to build the sets, or they're just going to get destroyed or something like that, then you probably do have too much Lego. But for most Lego collectors, most AFOLs that say I have too much Lego, they don't have too much Lego, just not enough space. CJ Bricks asked, what's the best thing about being a Lego YouTuber, and what don't you like about being a Lego YouTuber? So that's a great question. I feel like being a Lego YouTuber is great because it's a lot of fun, it's really helped me stay connected with Lego, and I don't think I'd still be an AFOL now if I hadn't got into the YouTube hobby. I don't think I would still be collecting Lego, and I certainly wouldn't be having this Lego room if I wasn't part of YouTube. So I would say that's like the best thing about being a Lego YouTuber. That's one of them, is just like the love of the hobby, and the love of the hobby and staying connected. Another thing are all the friends you get to make. Like, that's definitely one of the biggest ones. Like, before I started YouTube, I didn't know there was an AFOL community. I didn't know there was YouTube events. I didn't know there was other YouTubers like me who liked Lego. So, being a Lego YouTuber, it's helped me meet all these people. I know people from around the world now, all connected through this one hobby. I've seen people, I've met people with different shows that we were brought together because of YouTube. Plus, doing Lego YouTube is just a lot of fun, and I think that's one of the best things about it, whether it's interacting with the people, continuing to love the hobby that we all love, or just making the videos and stuff like that. To me, it's just a really fun thing, and that's what's the best part about being a Lego YouTuber. Another one of the best things, I guess, about being a Lego YouTuber, this is about being a YouTuber in general. It's so much fun when somebody tells you they watch your videos. Like, I remember when I used to work at the Lego store, I put these videos online, and you see the numbers. I see that 1,000 people watch my video, but I don't know any of those people. Like, I don't know them in real life. And then I'd have somebody at the Lego store come up to me and be like, I watched your YouTube video last night, or hey, great recent video, and like, I wouldn't know who they are. That was a really cool feeling, and it's just like, I guess that the point in general, like, of people recognizing you and enjoying your content, just stems back to the overall, just people like enjoying your content. I think that's one of the best things. Like, I can attest that I don't think many YouTubers would still, be doing YouTube if people weren't watching their content. So that's definitely one of the best parts, is like that people enjoy it. As for things I don't like about being a Lego YouTuber, I absolutely hate editing videos. I'll film this like Ask Brick video, and then it'll take me 3 days to edit it because I just don't want to edit. I really don't like editing. I like filming, it's great, but I don't want to do all the editing and the post-production stuff. Another thing that I don't necessarily not like about being a Lego YouTuber, but it's definitely a challenge, is the constant upload schedule. As a Lego YouTuber, you have to be always on the ball with new content. You don't get to just upload a video, wait a week, and upload another one like you see some like big YouTubers do with tech or makeup or stuff like that. With Lego, you have to be more consistent because people want to see your content. And like, if I go a week hiatus without posting, I see my views go way down. It's just, I don't know what it is, but like Lego, you just have to be kind of on the ball. And then another thing that I don't love about being the Lego YouTuber is the drama that's, I guess, in the community. But there's drama in every community, and luckily I don't think ours is any worse than others. But of course it would be better, if there was no drama in the Lego community. But luckily I've been doing my best to stay clear of that for the last few years, because I don't have time for it, nor do I care. And yeah, those are some of the things that I guess I don't love about being a Lego YouTuber. But honestly, at the end of the day, those things completely don't outweigh the pros of being a Lego YouTuber. I love my job. It's really great. I'm so thankful to be able to do this. I'm so thankful to be able to earn an income and, pay for the space and still be connected to this hobby while making a ton of new friends and doing something that I really love. Taven Townstead asked, would you say this set is worth the money? It looks cool, but it's very small and expensive. And this question was actually asked on the video about the Lego Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet. It was asked in the episode of the Ask Brick, where I kind of held it up on screen here and talked about how I've actually built a Star Wars set. This is challenging because this is about a $70 set here in Canada. I believe it's $69.99. It's a really cool looking set. Like, just looking at it here, I think the build is incredible. I think it's very well detailed and looks very, very nice. But, it is $70. $70 is a lot of money. And it's hard to say if this set is worth the money, because I feel like if you're a kid and you have $70, you could do so much better for a set. This set has no play features because you build it once, you put it on display, and then you're never going to touch it again. But as a kid, you could spend $70 and get a really cool set with lots of play features and stuff like that. But as an AFOL and a Lego collector, I think this is a really cool set. I'm happy with the value of it. It was a fun build. It took me over an hour, which I do appreciate for a $70 set. There's nothing worse than, I buy a $25 set and it takes me 10 minutes. So it's nice when a $70 set does take well over an hour, I think almost 2. But it's a cool set. I would say it's probably worth the value. If you're a big Star Wars collector, even myself, I could care less about Star Wars, but I think it's a really cool set, and I don't really care about the Boba Fett helmet, if I'm being honest, but the Darth Vader is a helmet that I'm also definitely going to be buying, just because it's really cool, and I want to be able to add that to my LEGO collection. And I'm going to put this set right back, on the shelf. I like the set when I actually put it on display, in my LEGO room behind here especially. I do like the set then. Andy U says, I have a question for you. Besides building LEGO, do you play any of the LEGO video games? I actually don't. I don't have a video game system, and that's something that a lot of people don't know about me. I don't have a PS4. I don't have a PS3. I don't have an Xbox. I had a Wii. I haven't played it in years. The last gaming system I had was a PS2. Which, that's a very old system. So I think I do have like a LEGO Star Wars game or maybe LEGO Hobbit or something like that on the Wii. It's just not something I don't even remember if I ever played it. I'm not a LEGO video game person. I'm not a video game person, so I'm definitely not a LEGO video game person. Just, it's not something that interests me. I don't get the enjoyment of it. I'm not dissing people who do, but I'd much rather build LEGO than play a LEGO video game. And I always thought Dimensions was a pretty cool because, you get to play the video game and build the LEGO sets, but I just never really got into it. I didn't have a system to play it. So no, besides building LEGO, I do not play any video games. Zippy Cohen asked, will you ever get the LEGO Disney train? Yes, Zippy, that's a great question. I actually do have the LEGO Disney train. I got it for Christmas last year in 2019. I built it. I didn't build it on my channel, but I did make a build video of it, and it's actually on the other side of my LEGO studio, right near the LEGO Disney Castle. But yes, I did get that set. I did build it. You should check out my Christmas haul if you haven't already. It's a really great set, really fun, and I have a little space, because it's a shelf, it's a Billy IKEA shelf, it didn't fully fit, it wouldn't fit straight across, so what I had to do was make like an S-shaped track, so it goes on around the back and then kind of slides to the front, and then the train station's here, and then there's this like blank space here that I wasn't sure what to use it for, and now I see these new buildable Mickey and Minnie Mouse characters, and I know exactly what I want to put next to my Disney train. Zippy Cohen also asked, what is your most expensive LEGO set? So I think I know the answer to this one off the top of my head, but I just want to verify because there's nothing worse than giving the wrong information. So I'm actually going to head over to Brickset, which, I refer to Brickset on this episode, on, Ask Brick episodes quite a bit, but I'm going to go in, I'm going to log in real quick. Okay, so I don't actually have it logged in on my computer. That's my bad, and I don't know my password. It's on my other computer, but unfortunately this one is the LEGO room computer. It's not signed in. So I'm going to have to go to on my phone here real quick, and I'm going to sort by retail price, descending, because I want to see the top. Yes, so I was correct. The most expensive LEGO set I have in my collection is this Disney Castle, which is 71040. It costs $3.99 here in Canada, so definitely the most expensive LEGO set I've ever purchased. That one I was really excited about because when I was working at the LEGO store, I used all of the VIP points that I had on my account to get that set. So I did not pay a single cent for it, and I made a whole video about it actually because I was really proud. That was one thing, like when I started at the LEGO store, that was one set I knew I wanted, and I had a lot of VIP points, so then throughout my whole time there, I never used any of my VIP points, even though the store employees thought I was crazy by not doing it. I never used any of my VIP points, and then I was able to get the Disney Castle right before I left the store for free. So I'm very, very proud about that. And my next most expensive set, I'll give you the top 5. First most expensive is the LEGO Disney Castle. The second most expensive is the Assembly Square. The third most expensive, and I didn't know this, is actually the Jurassic Park, the T-Rex Rampage, because both of that, the Assembly Square was $340 and the T-Rex Rampage was $299. The fourth most expensive set is the Corner Garage, which is $10264. And finally, the fifth most expensive set, and is actually the set that is right behind me, is 21318. The LEGO Ideas Treehouse, which is pretty cool. So those are all really cool sets. Fun fact, I bought every single one of those sets when I worked at the LEGO store. And then my 6th most expensive set was a carousel, which I did not buy when I worked at the LEGO store. I don't really remember when I got that set, but that's really cool. Yeah, I definitely love those LEGO sets. They're all really good, but my most expensive is the Disney Castle. Will Harper asked, how do you feel about Brickstar and Brickatech not making LAN again? I think it's wrong at this point. Will, that is a loaded question. And you know what? I am going to take this question. I'm not going to answer that in this video just because I have so many feelings about the LEGO Ambassador Network, and I think that the only way I can express those feelings appropriately would be in a full dedicated video. So, you know what, right after this, so I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to film that LEGO Ambassador Network video. I'm going to tell my side of the story. I'm going to give my opinion about Brickstar and Brickatech not making it. And I guess you'll have to stay tuned. That video will be up either tomorrow or the next day, but should be interesting. But you know, anyway, okay, so that question, I'm going to pretend I didn't read that because I don't want this episode to end on a sour note, but I definitely have strong feelings about that will, and I'm going to answer that in tomorrow or the next day's video. But thanks everybody else so much for your questions. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Ask Brick. It's a lot of fun to make. Can't believe I had to film it twice, but that is totally okay. So thanks everybody again so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.